Poor circulation triples your fall risk after 60, but here's what nobody's telling you. One specific drink can start reversing this damage in hours, not days or weeks, and I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside your legs within 24 hours of drinking it. You'll feel the warmth returning, the heaviness lifting, and the tingling slowly shutting off, and by the end of this video you'll understand why your circulation declined in the first place, despite doing everything right. Most people have no idea that after 60 your blood vessels produce about 70% less nitric oxide, the master molecule that keeps arteries relaxed and wide open so blood can actually reach your feet. Without this molecule, your arteries stiffen, shrink, narrow down like old pipes, and your blood literally struggles to travel downward, especially into the lower legs where gravity is working against you. This is when the cold toes show up, when numbness creeps in, when muscles feel heavy and oxygen-starved, when you start noticing that walking even short distances takes more effort than it used to. And underneath all of this, something much more dangerous is happening. Tiny micro-clots begin forming in those narrow vessels. You can't see them and you can't feel them, but they create traffic jams inside your blood flow, making everything worse over time. Doctors usually tell you to move more, elevate your legs, take aspirin, or lose a little weight. And while those things certainly help, they don't address the root problem, the collapse in nitric oxide production. The decline is not inevitable. It's a nutritional deficiency caused by modern eating habits, and the body can reverse it if you feed it the right raw materials. That's why certain drinks work so incredibly fast. They contain compounds that your body instantly converts into nitric oxide, restoring circulation from the inside out. When nitric oxide surges back into your system, your arteries expand like unclogged highways instead of staying tight like blocked alleyways. This process is called vasodilation, and when it kicks in, blood flow to your legs can increase dramatically within hours. People feel it as a warm flush returning to their feet, a soft pulsing sensation, sometimes even a light buzzing feeling as nerves finally receive oxygen again. And over the next several days, muscles start releasing built-up waste products, swelling decreases, and the risk of falls drops because your nerves begin firing correctly instead of misfiring from lack of blood flow. But here's where things get critical. Not all circulation drinks are created equal. Some barely do anything. Some help a little, but come with drawbacks. And a few are absolute game changers that cost pennies, work quickly, and support nitric oxide production better than expensive supplements. The truth is, your ability to boost circulation through drinks depends on how much nitrate, flavonoids, anthocyanins, or L-citrulline. They contain compounds your body immediately transforms into nitric oxide. What people never realize is that these natural compounds enter your bloodstream far faster through liquids than through food. A solid meal can take hours to digest, but a concentrated circulation drink begins its work within minutes. This is why, when someone over 60 adds the right drinks to their daily routine, their legs can feel noticeably warmer after just one day, and dramatically better after a week or two of consistency. This isn't placebo, it's physiology. Your arteries want to relax, your blood wants to circulate, your nerves want oxygen, your muscles want fuel. And when nitric oxide levels rise, everything begins working the way it was supposed to work all along. But the key is consistency. You can't drink 1 cup of something and expect miracles. You need a daily habit that raises nitric oxide levels again and again until your vascular system adapts and begins functioning more like it did in your younger years. Once this happens, something incredible occurs. Your capillaries begin regrowing. This is called angiogenesis, and it's one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. New tiny blood vessels sprout inside the legs, especially where microdamage has been building for years. These new capillaries deliver oxygen more efficiently, remove waste products more effectively, and keep nerves alive and responsive. This is why people report that within weeks, their feet feel warmer even at night. Their calves no longer cramp during simple movements, and walking becomes smoother and more stable because the muscles are no longer starving for oxygen. What doctors often don't explain is that circulation decline is largely nutritional. Your great-grandparents ate nitrate-rich vegetables every day, foods like beets, arugula, celery, and dark leafy greens. They drank simple herbal preparations that supported circulation. But modern diets stripped most of these foods away, replacing them with processed convenience meals that contain none of the natural compounds your arteries require. The result is predictable. Circulation collapses starting around 55 to 60, nerves weaken, balance declines, and fall risk skyrockets. But the fix isn't complicated. When you start giving your body the exact compounds it's missing, nitric oxide production shoots back up, circulation improves, and the painful, scary symptoms of poor blood flow begin to reverse. This is why the drink ranking matters, because some choices barely move the needle, while others trigger tremendous improvements with very little effort. In the second section, I will walk you through the shortened ranking of all 10 drinks from least effective to most powerful, explain how they work, and show you exactly how to use them so you get real results you can feel within days. Starting with the least effective options and moving toward the real game changers, let's quickly cut through the clutter so you know exactly what works and what's a waste of time. And remember, this ranking is based on how strongly each drink boosts nitric oxide, how quickly it affects circulation, and how practical it is for someone over 60 to drink consistently. Plain water sits at the very bottom because while hydration is essential, it barely influences circulation once nitric oxide production drops with age. It simply keeps blood from getting too thick, but doesn't widen arteries or restore blood flow in any meaningful way. Green tea performs slightly better because its catechins support endothelial health, but the improvements are slow, mild, and easily lost if you skip days, and the caffeine can backfire by tightening blood vessels in sensitive individuals. Tart cherry juice brings more power thanks to its anthocyanins, which help reduce inflammation, but the sugar load complicates everything, especially for older adults who often struggle with blood sugar spikes, and circulation benefits take weeks to appear. Pomegranate juice does more because its punicalagins protect nitric oxide from breaking down, but again, the sugar content and cost make long-term use difficult, even though studies show noticeable improvements in blood flow after weeks of consistent drinking. Cocoa jumps ahead with a dramatic boost because the flavanols in pure cocoa powder directly increase nitric oxide production within hours, but it only works if you use unsweetened real cocoa instead of sugary hot chocolate mixes. When done correctly, the warming effect in the legs is fast and unmistakable, and many people feel tingling relief within the same day. Watermelon juice breaks into the top tier because it contains L-citrulline, an amino acid your body turns into nitric oxide extremely efficiently, and many older adults report warm feet and reduced leg heaviness after a single glass. The only drawback is that fresh watermelon juice is expensive or unavailable depending on the season. Hibiscus tea, surprisingly powerful, improves circulation by relaxing smooth muscle tissue and vessel walls and lowering blood pressure, and many people feel relief within 10 days. The only caution is for those already on blood pressure medication, and even then, it remains one of the most affordable solutions available. Celery juice climbs even higher because it's loaded with natural nitrates that rapidly convert to nitric oxide once they interact with the bacteria on your tongue, and within hours blood flow begins increasing noticeably, though the taste can be a challenge and you need a juicer for the best results. Arugula smoothies are even stronger since arugula contains the highest natural nitrate levels of any leafy green, and when blended with fruit and consumed fresh, the nitrate concentration produces dramatic improvements in warmth, color, and walking endurance within days, though it also requires preparation and consistency that not everyone finds easy. And finally, beetroot juice sits at number 1 because nothing matches its nitrate content, speed, affordability, and level of scientific support. Within 2 to 3 hours of drinking beet juice, blood flow rises by as much as 50% in some individuals, arterial stiffness drops, and leg discomfort begins fading fast. Daily use for 2 weeks can transform circulation so significantly that the effects feel life-changing, and the only real considerations are avoiding added sugars in store-bought brands, drinking it on an empty stomach for maximum absorption, and being aware that urine turning pink is harmless. With these rankings in mind, here's how to use them in real life. Start every day with 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice on an empty stomach, because this creates your foundation, the daily nitric oxide surge your body desperately needs after 60. In the afternoons, rotate in hibiscus tea or celery juice depending on what you prefer. This keeps your levels elevated throughout the day and accelerates results. If you want the fastest possible improvement, prepare an arugula smoothie 3 or 4 times a week, drinking it immediately after blending because nitrates degrade over time. And while doing all this, avoid the common mistakes that sabotage results. Don't mix these drinks with heavy food right away because meals slow nitrate conversion. Don't use antibacterial mouthwash because it kills the oral bacteria responsible for turning nitrates into nitrites. And don't expect permanent change after just a few days because vascular repair takes several weeks of consistent nitric oxide support. What matters most is building a ritual. Think of these drinks the way you think of brushing your teeth or taking medications, small daily habits that produce enormous long-term benefits. Within 3 days, most people notice warmer legs. Within a week, the tightness, tingling, or cramping begins to fade. Within 2 weeks, walking feels easier, stairs become less intimidating, and balance improves because nerves are finally receiving enough oxygen to fire correctly. And within a month, the improvements in circulation can be visible, from healthier skin color to reduced swelling around the ankles. This isn't magic. It's biology working the way it's supposed to once you give your body the compounds it has been missing for years. And this is why consistency is everything, because you can't undo decades of circulation decline overnight, but you can make shocking progress in just a few weeks. And above all, remember this. The decline you've experienced isn't because you're getting older, it's because modern diets removed natural nitrate-rich foods that used to be a normal part of everyday life. Once you restore them through these drinks, your blood vessels respond quickly, your legs warm up, your mobility returns, and your independence strengthens. So, commit to this for 30 days, track how your legs feel, pay attention to the warmth returning, the ease of walking, the reduction in nighttime discomfort, and the confidence you regain simply from having blood flow restored. Your circulation can heal, your legs can recover, your life after 60 can feel strong again. And it all starts with the right drink tomorrow morning.